we've had a wander around the game fair, and this girl here I recognised. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. Now, Lisa, what's this about you starting gamekeeping?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of underkeeping, so it's only just doing the odd little jobs with a gamekeeper. It's my first time doing it. So yeah, just learning the ropes on how to build pens and, you know, putting pop holes in and the general upkeep of looking after poults, really. So it is my first time, you know, getting into that sort of sport because I haven't done it before. So
Well, we've all got to start somewhere. Now, you've got 2 dogs.
Yep, I've got Jack Russell Cross Patterdale and a Springer Spaniel.
And the Springer works?
She's 11 months old, we're almost there. She's going to be more along the lines of a falconry dog, so she'll be flushing plenty of game, not so much on the retrieving side as of yet, but later on I think.
Yeah, because on Facebook we've seen photographs of your, is it a goshawk?
Yes, I've got a female goshawk called Darla. A lot of you will know who she is. So yeah, she's rolling into her second season. She's in the molt at the moment, currently molting all her feathers from brown bird to adult plumage, which is grey bird. So yeah, so next month, well, sort of September, I'll be getting her back out.
And what do you hunt with her?
Anything from rabbits, ducks, geese, pheasants mainly, her main quarry. Anything that's obviously within, you know, the shooting general licence, because it's the same rules applies to the falconry. So obviously what's in season, if she wants it, she can have it. So yeah.
And you get to eat the meat when she comes back?
Yeah, I do, but I also leave some for her for the molt, because obviously she earned it, so yeah, it won't go to waste. I'll have the good bits, she can have the other bits.
Yeah, your friend that was with us just now said I had to talk to you about being in the papers today.
Yes.
Was it the Daily Star?
Yeah, Daily Star this morning have printed out a story of me and my hunting, but it's all good, you know, it's all about that I hunt for the table, nothing's wasted. The same with when I shoot foxes. Obviously I do it for vermin control, you know, to protect my livestock, pheasants, etc. But I do feed the goshawk the fox meat, so again there's no wastage on that part, so yeah.
Yeah, no, sometimes with the red tops they can get quite nasty with us.
Oh yeah, certainly. Say no more.
Yeah, but see, the trouble is, all you need is a nice-looking girl, and we got good PR.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But I've learnt just to, you know, stand back and just ignore it, let it go over my head. I'm doing everything above legal law, you know, above board, everything, so yeah, I'm not worried.
Do you shoot at all?
Yes, I do. I shoot for anything from a rabbit, rats, you name it, up to a deer, fox, anything, yeah.
Have you got a stalking rifle?
I have. I've got a 243 and a CZ. Lovely rifle with only an AGS scope, but it does the job.
No, as long as it puts it on the mark, and the scope doesn't alter while you're running around or got it in the back of the car, that's all you need.
Yep, yeah, certainly, yep. Good rifle. Cheap rifle, but it's paid it off.
Yeah, but you can, as long as it shoots where you aim it, and it hits the mark, it doesn't matter if it costs you £100 or one of those new Rigbys we saw on the game fair stand, which I would love. One of those Mauser action rifles. They are beautiful, but who can afford 10 grand?
Not me. Not me. Single mum, not me. No, I'm happy with my CZ. She's accurate, does the job, so I don't need to have a 10 grand rifle.
I got a 243 Hauer for foxes, and I've just built a thumb hole stock for it.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Well, I got arthritis in my thumb, and I can't hold the rifle very well, so I'm sort of upgrading myself, as they say. But you know I'm a gunsmith by trade.
Yeah, I've checked you out on Facebook. So,
Facebook is wonderful.
oh, yeah, it's the root of all evil though. Everyone knows your business before you even know yourself. Like, I didn't even know about the Daily Star until my friend checked Facebook this morning when we arrived here at the game fair, and I was like, what? No way, I didn't ask for that, but actually I've got over the idea now. It's all right, I'm happy enough.
All I can do is say, be careful.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Some friends of mine were involved with ferrets. This would have been in the 80s, and they got in the Daily Star, but it was very, very negative, you know, females hunting, you know, with ferrets and ferrets down your trousers, and I thought, it was sick.
Yeah, well, the way I look at it now, obviously we're, you know, it's gone on from then. You know, you've got a lot of women joining the sport now. You know, for myself, I know a few other girls that I've managed to get into. Another thing I wanted to mention is I've got a very good friend called Jan. She was an auntie, and I've managed to, I wouldn't say turn her, but get her to understand what I do, why I do it. And she's been out with me a couple of trips and actually asked me if she could have a go. So I did a bit of target practice with her, with rifle shooting, and she shot her first bunny with me. And then a couple of evenings later, she shot her first fox.
Brilliant.
Yes. I was absolutely over the moon, and I could see that she was really proud of herself, because obviously she was it is nerve-wracking when you've got a fox. If you're calling one in, it's a lot of, you know, last minute, oh, I've got to be quick. There's no hanging around. So she was absolutely over the moon, and our next target is to get her first steer, which will be a monkjack, hopefully. So. She'll hate me.
Well done.
She'll hate me for this now, advertising her. No, she loves it. No,
But we've all got to fight our own little PR battles with people that don't understand what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, no, she's come from Sheffield, and yeah, she's lovely. She now understands the sport, and my word would be she is now addictive. She rings me up every day, oh, I can't wait to come down, which is a really good buzz for me, because I've obviously given her how I felt when I first started. So, you know, and I said to her, you always, whenever you go out, you shoot deer, I still get that buzz. And that's the reason why I do it. You know, not because I'm a cold-blooded killer, it's because I know I'm going to put food on the table, I'm feeding my family, my dogs and my bird, you know, all out of one carcass. So it's happy all round.
One PR man I knew who worked for the British Field Sports Society said vegetarians don't understand that when they go for the supermarket, they're still hunting for food.
Yeah, well, that's it. See, my supermarket shopping is in the woods. That's it. Very rarely I ever buy meat from the supermarket. If I fancy the change and want a bit of beef or lamb, then I'll go to my local butchers and I'll support them. You know, I wouldn't buy anything from the supermarket. No.
We've just had a dog walk into us, so we had to turn the camera off and sort things out, but we're okay now. We're back on site. Right, as you can see, we've got a wonderful game fair here. Have you seen anything you'd like?
Oh well, yeah, of course. There's loads of products I'd like to try. I've just had someone approach me that there's a potential that I could try some more products and review. I won't mention their name yet until the seal's done. There's a few nice shotguns. As I say, I don't do a lot of shotgun shooting. I'm hoping to get a nice steel-proof one so that I can then shoot pigeons, ducks or whatever with steel-proof, because obviously my goshawk. Yeah. So if ever I wanted to give her some, I can't if they're lead shot.
Yeah, I can understand that. Country Sports TV was at the forefront of trying to stop the total lead ban, which the director of BASC at the time, John Swift, was so involved with. Yeah. And even some of the BASC members couldn't believe how they basically called him a traitor. But we were in the forefront of that. I'm not a favour of steel shot, but if you want to feed your birds steel shot birds, brilliant.
Yeah, I can understand there's 50-50 on both parts. Lead is obviously cheaper, there's a lot of it around. Not all shotguns are steel proof, so again, someone go and buy another gun, it's not really worth it to them if it's no need to. So, but no, in my situation, I need steel proof really for my goshawk. So if ever I chuck something out the freezer, I know I've shot it with a steel proof shotgun.
But you do realise that you can use standard proofed steel shot cartridges, but they're at a lower velocity.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because steel shot comes in two sizes. They come standard proof and what we would call magnum proof, which is they call it high performance. Now, the high performance is obviously high velocity, which you really need in the steel to do the damage. You can shoot with standard steel shot, but your range is limited.
Right, okay, well I'll have to check that one out. Thank you for that.
But the cartridges are cheaper if they're standard.
Yeah, well they will be, won't they?
So if you're decoy, what you do is you just bring your decoys in a little bit further, just make sure you don't move in the height.
Yeah, or miss. In my case I do sometimes. I'm being honest. But yeah.
If you look at Country Sports TV, we've got a few pigeon shooting videos on there, done by yours truly. I'm not the so-called expert, but I just try to give people a flavour of what we do. Have a look at it and see what you think.
Yeah, I will. I will check it out, definitely.
I'll tell you what I will do. Thank you very much for doing the interview. You'll have to give me your address and I'll send you one of my books.
Okay, brilliant. No, that's very nice. Thank you. Yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me.
Lisa, at the Game Fair 2017, I'm going to let this lady go. She's still got to see the rest of the show yet. Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, cheers.